best fighter for Terence Crawford out there. He the biggest fight for Terence Crawford out there, so that's why Terence Crawford want to take the opportunity.
Terence Crawford isn't slowing down at all, and he's now confirmed a March fight against Janibek Alimkhanuly. With his doping case resolved, Janibek is officially cleared to face Crawford, and he wasted no time sending a bold message on Instagram, posting a video saying, "I've got my eyes on him. We're running it in March." It was a sharp, confident warning from a fighter who now sees himself standing at the very top of the boxing world.
Johnny, we're here next. Looking for you. Looking for December 6th, how you're gonna do it.
I got my eyes on you, Janibek. Good luck.
Janibek would be Crawford's toughest fight. Like tougher than Canelo, tougher than a few of the other guys.
I believe he honestly could be, and I think that he is big, strong, and
Janibek, the undefeated WBO and IBF champion with 17 wins in 17 fights and 12 knockouts, didn't hesitate to respond, saying a fight with Crawford is the matchup fans have been dying to see. Crawford fired back without missing a beat, smirking and saying, "Good luck, Janibek," making it clear he's keeping a close eye on his opponent. The Kazakh champion quickly raised the stakes, declaring, "The best must face the best." With the verbal tension already intense, just imagine the explosive energy if these two finally collide in the ring.
So, do you call you think it's overrated?
Who? Janibek? It depends, I guess. I really wouldn't say Janibek is unproven, but he really hasn't fought elite.
Is he?
After shaking the boxing world by dethroning Saul Canelo Alvarez to become the undisputed 168-pound champion, Crawford has set his sights on a new goal, conquering the 160-pound middleweight division and adding another historic title. Already the first boxer to unify 3 divisions in the 4-belt era, Crawford now aims even higher. 6 world titles across 6 weight classes. If he succeeds at 160 pounds, his achievement would enter legendary territory. His plan is clear: dominate at super middleweight, conquer middleweight, and keep building an unmatched legacy. Crawford doesn't just want fights, he wants to rule, and when he speaks, the boxing world listens.
poised, and that's going to be a problem.
Last question. If Crawford was to go down there, beat Janibek, beat Carlos Adames, become an unprecedented 4-division undisputed champion, where exactly would that put him in history?
Right up there with the very best. Honestly, right up there with the very best.
He's at the same boat as Boots right now.
No.
Okay.
I don't think. See, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Boots is not overrated. Boots is just not in a position to get a championship title.
Yeah.
Or an opportunity yet.
Okay.
Janibek, I don't know what the belts are like on his.
According to Chris Mannix, Crawford is eyeing a fight in March, which could rule out a Canelo rematch. Terence Crawford is planning his next bout early next year, aiming for his own event, and sources say the focus is on a 4th undisputed title attempt that could cement his place in history. Crawford seems close to facing another world champion and has expressed interest in a matchup with the unbeaten Janibek Alimkhanuly, who currently boasts a perfect 17-0 record, keeping fans eagerly watching next month's developments.
Okay, so now this is just getting straight out ridiculous. Okay, now they're saying they want Crawford versus Janibek now, okay? And they was like, well, yeah, why not? You know, because he was going to move up and take on Canelo at 168. He was talking hell.
Lost the battle but won the war. Okay.
You know what I mean? But Terence right now, but as far as Terence, ain't nobody going to beat him right now, man. Nah.
Nobody, huh?
No, ain't nobody beating him, man. I mean,
even your former student Janibek.
No, not right now, no.
Alimkhanuly, the WBO and IBF middleweight champion, was scheduled to face Eris Landila this December, aiming to add the WBA title to his collection. Crawford has signaled that he's ready to face the Kazakh star in the future, sending a pointed message to the middleweight champ, "Keep running through them. We will meet soon, I promise you," responding directly to Dean Boxing's post about Alimkhanuly.
My thing is that it's the fights are definitely in a different caliber. My favorite all-time fighter will be and shall always be Sugar Ray Robinson. And he was just an amazing fighter. I don't think that there'll ever be anybody that eclipse what he did.
Alimkhanuly's manager, Aegis Klimas, met with Crawford this week at the WBO convention in Bogota, Colombia, and shared a video of himself sitting next to the pound-for-pound star, who delivered a bold message to the middleweight division. "I've got my eyes on you, Janibek. Good luck," Crawford said, pointing to his eyes and making a fist. Alimkhanuly quickly responded on social media, simply saying, "Thank you, bro."
Why not go up to 160 and fight Janibek? Yeah, forget about the, the Spence rematch. Go ahead and take on Janibek, okay? Now, I was talking with someone last night. We were watching the fights, and, he's a big Earl Spence fan and everything. So, look, this is not real hate on Earl, like on
Alimkhanuly is widely expected to come out on top against Lara. Oddsmakers have the 32-year-old Kazakhstani as a heavy minus 480 favorite, while the 42-year-old Cuban southpaw is a plus 330 underdog on FanDuel. Connolly, a knockout specialist, has claimed 4 straight stoppage victories, though against lesser opponents, and is currently the top-rated fighter at 160 pounds. The other middleweight champion is WBC titleholder Carlos Adam, who holds a 24-1 record with 18 knockouts.
Or whatever, but I know that there's some guys that he can get in the ring with that are elite, and he hasn't gotten in the ring with them. Once upon a time, there was the talks of Boo Boo Andre and Janibek fight. That never happened, and a couple other fights. I mean, I guess overall, I would say, yeah, he's a little overrated.
Bingo, we got one.
I've seen some good boxing from him, and then I've seen, not really struggles, but I've seen a lack of consistency too. So
"I don't need to fight Adams," said Alimkhanuly. "I'll beat both, take all 4 belts, and then Crawford can take his time getting ready to face me on December 6th. Put on your sunglasses, because I'll be shining in the ring." Terence Crawford has become every boxer's dream opponent after his victory over Canelo Alvarez, where he secured a unanimous decision on September 13th and became the first male boxer to win undisputed titles in 3 different weight classes. That win not only cemented his legacy but also boosted his stardom, and since then, every major champion has been calling him out for a fight.
The thing is, these guys want Crawford to lose just to shut up the Crawford fans, because the Crawford fans knew what they were talking about. They knew that he was going to beat Spence. And, I guess the Spence fans, they're very butthurt about it. So, yeah, they want Crawford versus Janibek next. Fun.
Turkey Allow suggested he'd like to see Benvitz face Crawford, but Benvitz has rejected the idea of dropping from 175 pounds to super middleweight. Meanwhile, Canelo is set for surgery on an elbow injury, making an immediate rematch unlikely unless Crawford chooses to wait for his return. Now, another undefeated champion has stepped up, calling out Crawford for a potential 2026 undisputed super middleweight title clash.
You've been training Crawford for years. Is he retired or is he going to keep fighting?
He's just got to take a break.
Is Terence Crawford retired or is he going to keep fighting?
Oh, he's going to keep fighting.
He's going to keep fighting?
Yeah.
You're the man. Be man. Hey, congratulations. Enjoy the win.
Thank you.
The WBC middleweight title at 160 pounds is held by Carlos Adams, but Janibek believes he'll become undisputed in the division by next year and plans to move up to challenge Crawford for the 168-pound throne. "By next May, I'll have all 4 belts," Janibek said. If Crawford is still holding all 4 in his division, we could see a clash of 2 undisputed champions in the fall of 2026. The 32-year-old Janibek is undefeated at 17-0 with 12 knockouts, carrying a 4-fight knockout streak and tremendous power. A matchup against Crawford would be highly intriguing, though Crawford has consistently shown he can handle any style that steps into the ring with him.
I love me some Crawford, man. Y'all already know what time it is. But, hey, I got to call a spade a damn spade. Janibek ain't nothing to mess with. He cold. Yeah, southpaw, you don't know much about him. That's fine. You ain't got to know much about him. But I'm here to tell you. Speed, power,
No one has ever defeated Crawford, but Hall of Famer Tim Bradley believes Janibek might be a challenge Crawford would be wise to avoid if he wants to retire undefeated. Bradley said, Dude is cold, man. He's a killer. If Crawford steps in with him, it could put his legacy at risk. Everyone will be watching to see Crawford's greatness, but Janibek isn't someone to take lightly. Boxing analyst Timothy Bradley also noted that Alimkhanuly could give Crawford serious trouble and suggested that Crawford should be careful about taking that fight.
Ooh. Thanks for the question, Prince.
I don't wild out like I used to ever since the Terence Crawford fight put me in check.
In check for what?
Oh, about wilding out on fighters. You couldn't tell me. You couldn't tell me Earl Smith was going to lose that fight that way.
Yeah.
You could not tell me Earl Smith was losing.
Your IQ, defense, offense. Dude is cold, man. Footwork, angles, shoot, power in both hands. He a killer. That's what he is. He a damn killer, man, So, I mean, look, if Crawford can go down and face that dude.
Fortunately for Crawford, that fight may not even happen, as Mike Kopinger of Ring Magazine reported that Alimkhanuly failed a drug test. Connolly claims his first test was clean but isn't sure what happened with the second and has requested a retest. He was scheduled to face Arizali Lara in a unification bout this weekend, but with neither Connolly nor Lara able to fight, the unification and Crawford's potential move down to middleweight looks unlikely. For now, both Crawford's and Connolly's futures remain uncertain.
No,
If
not
not
right now.
now, when?
Well, for Janibek and Crawford,
Yeah,
I don't think
Crawford. Go ahead.
Crawford right now is at the top of his game, and he'll know. He'll know when it's time to quit. He'll know. You know what I mean? A lot of people say, should he go out on top right now?
With a rematch against the Mexican star now uncertain, the Nebraska standout has been linked to a growing list of fighters eager to step into the ring with him. Following the latest call-out, Omaha's megastar has been alerted that a unique challenger, reminiscent of Alexander Usyk, presents a serious challenge. The unbeaten Kazakh puncher Janibek Alimkhanuly has emerged as the latest contender, offering Crawford a shot at making boxing history.
You're so great and you so much ahead of your competition. They look at the fighters that you fight and say they nobodies because how much you beat them by or the level of skills that you oppose against them. So when I fight this guy, it's all he was a nobody. When I fight this guy,
Crawford added the undisputed super middleweight crown to his collection last month, having previously held undisputed titles at welterweight and light welterweight. Looking ahead to a possible undisputed middleweight showdown next year, the Kazakh star Janibek Alimkhanuly is seen as a hungry challenger to Crawford's perfect 42-0 record. The thing about Janibek Alimkhanuly is he's big, he's hungry, he can punch, Max Kellerman said on Inside the Ring. He's got a little wrinkle in his game. While many fighters are chasing a matchup with Crawford, the unbeaten star has yet to reveal his immediate plans in the ring.
Crawford's legacy. Now, it might not be no marquee name and a name that the whole world will know, but everybody will be tuning in just to see Terence Crawford's greatness because he's a mega star now. He's the star now.
Fresh off his 38th birthday, Crawford, who has been linked to a potential move up to light heavyweight to chase another title held by a fighter who also defeated Canelo, admitted he's still considering his next fight. While Arizali Lara remains the oldest active champion, his recent win over Gonzalez has reignited interest in what's next for Crawford. With Alimkhanuly's future uncertain and Lara reportedly unwilling to face stablemate Carlos Adam, many fans now see a Crawford matchup as a real possibility.
It's a potential big fight that could be made of the winner of this, and Terence Crawford could be looking at it. Just wanted to get each champion's thoughts on the potential of a mega fight if this can get acquired.
So, are you asking me a question?
Oh, both. I guess one of each. It's just every.
Lara put to rest any doubts from his 14-month layoff with a 9th-round retirement win over Danny Garcia, knocking down Gonzalez twice en route to his third title defense. While his stock had dipped compared to Janibek Alimkhanuly, it surged overnight, making him the clear favorite against the 12th-ranked Venezuelan light middleweight. Despite retaining his WBA middleweight belt, many see Lara as a dull fighter in the ring, leaving fans eager for Terence Crawford to move down to 160 pounds and claim that title for himself.
You can answer first.
За большой бой, мега-бокс, который может быть с Крофордом.
Yeah, дайынбыз біз. Әрине ондай жекпе-жектер біз үшін үлкен жақсы жекпе-жек болады, мен ойымша.
Turning 43 in April, Lara may be entering the final phase of his 17-year career. While it's too soon to predict his next fight, a matchup with Terence Crawford also seems unlikely at this stage. Crawford, the former undisputed super middleweight champion, now finds himself at a crossroads. Rumors of a rematch with Canelo, whom he defeated 3 months ago, have resurfaced, but other reports suggest he could move down to 160 pounds in pursuit of becoming an undisputed champion in a 4th weight class.
You know, so who you want me to fight? I beat this guy. It's an excuse. I beat this guy. You know, he's too young or whatever. So I'm never really going to get my full respect until afterwards. Yes, you know, it's a lot of people that's changing their narrative. Like, man, y'all watching something.
If Crawford moves down, he would inevitably enter Lara's orbit, along with other contenders. Fans weighed in quickly, with one saying, Crawford versus Lara has to be next. Line them up. While the idea is exciting, making it happen is a challenge. Crawford is now a global star, so many wonder how much facing an aging champion like Lara would truly add to his legacy. Others noted the reality. Hard to see Lara beating Crawford or Janibek. Age has taken its toll. If Lara had knocked out Gonzalez, maybe the discussion would be different. Another fan added, I want Crawford to go undisputed at 160, but I don't want him to steamroll Lara. Still, if Crawford drops to 160 and Lara holds a title, that fight almost writes itself.
Yes, of course, it would be a very, very good fight, and I will be ready for it because it's a big fight, and I think everybody would be looking into it.
Bueno, Erislandi, la pregunta del periodista era la siguiente. Se rumora.
Meanwhile, praise for Lara kept coming in. One fan wrote, Arizali Lara is a Hall of Famer. No debate. The most avoided man for a reason. Whether that's true or not, this win shows age can be just a number. Still, not everyone was impressed, with another viewer saying, not exactly a firecracker, but at least there was some action at the end. If that counts as consolation, fine, but glad that's over. Tough watch. As the months go on, Crawford's name is likely to come up more and more in middleweight discussions.
And we not appreciating it. And it's sad to say that we waking up at the tail end of his career. You know, we really didn't realize it until now when he's like doing extraordinary stuff, like going up 2 weight classes to fight the best fighter in that division, the #1 guy that's the face of boxing, you know, and the way that I handled that, people like.
Elsewhere, Virgil Ortiz appears ready to make a big move. After defeating Lubin, he told the media at the post-fight press conference, I'm here to fight the best. I don't care who it is. It could be Boots next, Spence next, or Crawford next if he's still willing.
Crawford right now? I would love to fight him, man. I think he's like probably the #1 pound for pound fighter right now.
Do you think he's out of his peak?
No.
Or is he in his peak now?
I think he's in his peak.
And you're saying you could be the peak prime Terence Crawford?
I'm saying I believe that I can.
Biggest fight in the division. Both, it would do really good numbers on pay-per-view because they should put it on pay-per-view. I think it would do really good numbers on pay-per-view.
That's a fight I've been calling for a while. I still think it's a great fight to make happen. I'm just going to keep doing what I do best, which is being me, said Virgil Ortiz Jr. after his second-round knockout of Erickson Lubin. Ortiz has big names like Terence Crawford and Jiren Ennis in his sights. The undefeated fighter improved his record to 24-0 with 22 knockouts, continuing to build his reputation as a rising star in boxing.
I believe that I can. No, I respect him as a fighter, though. That's the thing. When I want to fight people, it doesn't mean that, oh, I don't like you. Like, let's get it on. It's more like I respect your skills, and I want to see if I can beat you.
Asked like ranked fighters, and you named your GOAT as Bud Crawford, and I think a lot of folks were surprised because obviously a contemporary, somebody called out in the past. Why did you rank him as your GOAT?
Well, I think
this is gonna sound kind of. There was a little bit of a misunderstanding. I thought I could only choose one person.
He's looking for a big fight next, and fans have long wanted to see him face Andis. Ortiz and Boots faced off in the ring after the Lubon fight, where Ennis made his mark at 154 pounds with a first-round knockout of Wismal Lima. Ortiz delivered an equally dominant performance, arguably against a tougher opponent. While Crawford has other plans, the number of potential matchups available to him is staggering. That's all for now. Stay updated on the latest news, highlights, and events in boxing by subscribing to our YouTube channel and turning on notifications so you never miss our quality content.